Hello and welcome to Welcome Home Radio with your hosts, Blair Thomas and Tom Holm. The waters in the mortgage industry can be pretty muddy. Luckily, Welcome Home Radio has the answers for you, the consumer. And now, here are your hosts, Blair Thomas and Tom Holm.
Good morning and good afternoon wherever you are to Welcome Home Radio. My name's Alan Pace, and I'm going to give Blair a break today and kind of what they call run the show. Is that okay, Blair? Cool. So what I thought we'd do today to mix it up a little bit is we'll have a few fun facts about our great state of Texas.
Hey!
And I had no idea about some of these things. I'm not going to talk about how big it is. Everybody knows Texas is big, and the King County Ranch is bigger than the whole state of Rhode Island. I ain't going to talk about that.
Not going to talk about that?
But check out the next one I'm going to talk about. One Texas town renamed itself to get free cable.
You got to be kidding.
No, you want to take a guess?
I have no idea.
It's the town of Dish in
Dish, Texas gets free cable now.
in Denton County. It used to be called Clark, Texas. But in 2005, the company decided to put a tower in there and said, for exchange for letting us do this, we'll give 205 residents free Dish network for 10 years.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. And
They got it. I wonder, is it basic, you think, or do they get the premium plan?
no, it's basic.
Basic?
Yeah, definitely basic.
So should they call it Basic Dish, Texas?
They could. I don't think I've ever been there.
Where is it?
It's in Denton County. It's all I know.
Denton County.
Yeah, so
Probably on the border.
it ain't fur.
Ain't fur.
So there's another one here about a town that rescheduled Halloween because it conflicted with football. You will know this town. It's called Decatur.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I like them.
me too. Here's one I didn't know, and I don't know how many people out there are going to know this, but did you know it's illegal to milk somebody else's cow in Texas? Yep.
Well, then I have broken the law.
Uh-oh. We'll get on to the next one then. And there's a dialect of German that's only spoken in Texas.
Okay. In Fredericksburg? Or
It's spoken today.
Schlitterbahn?
It is Fredericksburg and New Braunfels and Schulenburg and Weimar.
Yes.
I don't know about Weimar.
Man, those are, you talk about Oktoberfest?
Yeah.
It is a great place to go at any one of those three.
Yeah.
They actually have Barbecue Fest for Oktoberfest down there.
Oh, man.
And you actually go out to a chuck wagon and have a campfire, ride horses out, get around the campfire, the chuck wagon, have a great barbecue for Oktoberfest.
Done the chuck wagon, never in my life once. Done a lot of camping, done a lot of that stuff out in the woods, but I've never done the chuck wagon.
Yeah, it's worthwhile. They do it right.
There is only one place on the face of this earth with a city called Earth.
Earth, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Is it flat?
It says it's a little town. If it says if you can't afford a European vacation, just hop in your car and drive through Paris, Athens, Naples, London, Dublin, and Florence. There's even a town called Earth.
Earth, Texas.
That's pretty cool, right?
Well, I mean, the European vacation type mode, I mean, you could literally hit Paris, Milan,
Yep.
Italy, Texas.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of, Fredericksburg, so forth.
Well, there's 25 of these, but that's enough. We'll save a few for another day
That'd be great.
and maybe talk a little real estate and lending. How about
Hey,
that?
I am so glad you're doing this. I think it's awesome, and it's going to be a top show. Excited to hear what you got. What is our topic overall?
Well, it's technically called 11 features that will sell your home faster.
11 features sell your home, but it's also things you want to know if you're remodeling, just updating your home, so in case you're even remotely thinking about selling,
Exactly.
or if you're buying, you should consider saying, I need these top things. So
And
this will be fun.
If we get through these, we can break some down by generations too. If we get there. If not, we'll
Wow.
do another show at another time.
You mean there's more generations than the Great Generation?
Yep.
Suit.
That's YEP. So anyway, let's get on with it. You
Yeah,
ready?
what's number one?
They're not in any particular order.
Oh, no?
No.
I thought you were going to start with number 11 or something.
They do have them listed 1 through 11, but I don't know. We're in Texas, a little different, so we don't have basements, that kind of thing.
Oh, man.
But,
yes, definitely.
A big one is energy efficient homes. Now, these are second-time home buyers, people that have bought a home, learned how to live in a home, and then all of a sudden they're going to buy another home and they've realized these are things they want.
Sure.
So energy efficient appliances and a very efficient house on electric bill.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What are things that impact the electric bill?
Well, everything that's electric.
Well, I mean, but
Thank
think
you.
about it. Okay, you got you got your water heater.
That's gas.
Some in some homes.
Most are gas in Texas.
Most are gas.
Yeah.
But then you also have your stovetop,
Stove, heat.
HVAC.
Yeah.
What else? Alarm systems, wireless
Every
systems,
light in the house, every ceiling
light.
fan, every toothbrush or plug-in charge.
Well, all the things that you got. I mean,
Televisions.
how many wireless things do we have in our house now?
A gazillion.
I mean, the thermostat never used to be, wireless,
Yeah.
and now, I mean, I can remotely open up my garage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can do it right
In
now
fact,
from your phone.
I need to look at
Make
that.
sure
Is
it's
my garage
closed.
door closed? I mean, those are the things that I think is amazing pull.
Yeah.
That if we can get efficiency.
Yeah.
Now, what are the things we have to do to get efficiency?
Well, there's a couple little tricks that you can do. I tell my clients, feel free to go out and look at new homes. And a new home has the latest and greatest on energy, be it stoves, refrigerators. You're looking pretty for the
I'm
camera.
looking purty. Wow, that's actually on time. But that camera's still. Would you somehow get me 5 pounds less? I mean, there's got to be a way. The camera's adding at least 15.
That'd be called stair stepper. I don't know. You might try that. But anyway, yeah, if you go to a new home, new construction home, all the latest stuff is there from water tanks and, to the stoves and refrigerators. And
Don't they still have that model home walkthrough thing you can do?
Sure.
And go see all the different types of things that are new this year?
yeah, those are around.
What are those called? I mean, is that
I go to new construction homes. I
just
go to
go to the
model
new
homes.
model homes?
Yeah.
I thought there was a model listing thing that you'd go and they have like 7 or 10 of them all together or close by that you within walking. You get to go through a bunch of different homes, model homes, all at the same time.
Yep.
Wasn't there some? I thought,
I've not done that personally.
Okay.
Yep.
but that is recommended because you get ideas from that.
Yeah, and
I
even
try
if
to
you
keep
don't
my
wanna-
wife away from those things.
Even if you don't want to buy a new home, you get an idea on why builders are putting them in.
Yeah.
I mean, a new home today, the energy is half of what it was 20 years ago.
I was just told we're getting quotes for our HVAC AC system.
And that's a big one.
It's a big one. They said because of the age of our home, which is 23 years,
Yep.
and one's an original, one is not, that we will see 2/3 efficiency immediately.
Yeah.
So it literally,
What is your home built? When was it built? What year?
23 years ago?
Okay, so 97?
I get roughly.
Okay. We were in 94, our home, and we had a old air conditioner in there when we bought it.
Uh-huh.
Our electric bills were $430. It's a one-story, 2,550 feet. So it's not huge, and it's a one-story, but our energy bill was crazy.
Yeah.
And so it broke, thank goodness, and we replaced it, and I literally went to $230 a month. With
Just through the efficiency of the system itself.
the AC inside and outside, for everything was new.
Well, see, what scares me is once we start on this kick of the new system, then, of course, she's going to want new windows. 23-year-old windows, they're bound to be bad and all of this
and
stuff.
that's a good segue because that's part of the energy thing, part of the energy package for people. They're getting educated on Windows now. Windows are very expensive.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, they are.
Yeah, there's different kind of windows, obviously. When Texas got going, I'd say down in downtown area, a lot of single glazed glass. Just one piece of glass, no energy efficiency at all. The plus side was they would never fog up and they'd last forever. But so the
Unless you put a baseball bat through them.
well, whatever, kids do that,
Yes,
and
they do.
sometimes adults. Not good.
Not good.
Anyway, energy efficiency got to be a bigger deal than aluminum insulated, than vinyl and wood. Wood up north and vinyl up north are very popular. Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, that kind of area.
And that's because of the snow, the rain, the cold weather.
Yeah, but down here we have heat and Windows,
Expanding,
contracting,
contracting, all of that. That's
all
where
that.
the vinyl is such a blessing, supposedly.
Well, it can be a good thing. Just the plus the sound. You got a lot more dead air space and a thicker window, so it's quieter in your home.
Is that the gas in between the two?
Well, there is argon gas in some windows. Yep.
Argon.
Yeah, it's argon.
Okay, or
Yeah.
do you know? I don't know the difference between argon gas.
It's a gas
Other
they put,
gas.
They put in a window during manufacture to make it more efficient energy-wise, not so much sound. But there's a lot of tricks in the window business. I know a little bit about that because I was in the window business for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I was. Yeah.
Well, then who are you going to direct me to get the cheapest windows but the best windows? Because we're going to be looking at that soon.
Film at 11. We'll talk after.
Film at 11.
Outdoor patio. Big thing. Now, that's right across the board. Everybody likes the outdoor patio now. One thing they say in their first home is, we didn't really have a really good patio. And then they visit their friends and they enjoy the outdoor cookouts, be it the swimming pool or be it the stove or the built-in whatever. And that's something that everybody is talking about on these surveys.
Now, in these surveys, are you when they say outdoor patio, I envision, the cook range kitchen with the 50-inch TV and the circular fan and be able to sit underneath cover.
It can be
in the summer, or are you just looking at concrete patio type thing?
It's a price range thing. It's what you're used to.
What I'm used to.
A beginning home patio.
Trailer Park Thomas here.
Back in the 70s and 80s, the Fox and Jacobs, the Pulte homes, had very small patios in the back, 8x10.
Yeah.
And you could put a Weber grill on it and maybe a chair, and that was it.
That was it.
And others.
And everybody was happy with it.
Some were even smaller, believe it or not. So that might be your first home, and, to get a home is the big thing, not the patio. But when you live there, the next home you want to buy, now in that case, they might just want a bigger patio, maybe covered, something like that. And now if you're in a upper end type situation, you probably want the kitchen, the gas, built-in gas and refrigerator and the television to watch hockey and football and, that kind of thing. I don't think anybody's going to watch baseball anymore because the Astros cheated, but whatever. So if you want a patio for baseball, you take your time.
Yeah, they got rid of the Boston. What was the Astro coach that was now in Boston? Boston fired him.
Cora.
Yeah, they let him go yesterday.
Well, he's in trouble too. Yeah,
wow,
well, that's not a good thing.
And Pete Rose still sits there for betting.
I know that's something. He's probably smiling today though a little bit. Like,
well, no, I'd be asking the question. I just bet I didn't do all this.
The best baseball player I ever saw in my life, Pete Rose. There's no question in my mind. I think.
Really?
He's just hustle. Charlie Hustle. He went flat out. He didn't knock you over. You get base hit. He hit leader.
I'm sorry. I saw Jackie Robinson. And
I never did see him.
I mean,
yeah. Well, I never saw Jackie Robinson. I didn't know you were that old, dude. But hey, good job. You're looking great. Ceiling fans. How about that for a little one?
That's an easy cost.
It is, but a lot of homes weren't built with them, and a lot of people kind of freak out when it's got to do with your ceiling and putting electricity up there. They want to know how much it's going to cost, and oh boy, it's a pain.
It is running electricity cable.
Yeah, and that kind of thing. But it's something that people in their first house miss, and so when they go to their next house, they get it. We personally bought a model home, 15 years after it was a model home.
Yeah.
But it has a ceiling fan in every room. God, I love that.
And that is awesome.
I love that.
Especially cooling down in the summertime, keeping the air changing out.
Especially in the master bath. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm learning way too much about airflow right now in this HVAC conversation.
I bet you are.
Oh my gosh! You got one guy that's willing to quote you very simply. Hey, you got a 3-ton and a 4-ton. We're going to replace these. We're going to do this, do that, and then one guy comes in. Oh no, I got to double check all your airflow and your capacity and how much you're getting through and really And I'm like, am I getting oversold here, or is this something everybody else should be doing because it's not regulated?
I got a guy.
I got a guy.
I got a guy that'll take care of you. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to take care of me. He's got to take care of my wife, and she's the old contract negotiator at JCPenney, so she's pretty tough on all this.
He got through my wife.
Well,
he's got a good track record with the wives.
Well,
he does good work. The thing about AC is it's all that. You can be sold. Kind of like, and not to too deep into it, but foundation work. There's good foundation companies, but if you're the average person has foundation problems, and somebody comes in and tells you something, you really don't know of what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So then you call the next person, they come in, they got steel instead of this, and we go deeper and all that. And you don't know. I went through it as a young homeowner. We had problems right off the bat.
Oh, wow.
It was very not cost effective when you're broke. So
yeah.
And I got ripped. I went cheap and I got ripped off.
I feel like I'm being oversold in some cases, and then other cases I want to be able to trust the person. But again, I let my wife do this major negotiation. She's got to be on board. I'm sure, just like yours.
Yeah, and it's a big deal. They're not just talking about electricity. They're hooking up gas, stuff like that, because your pilot light comes on.
Oh yeah. Well, and going back to the fans, I think that is a great thing to have a fan in every room as much as possible, so that you can circulate air.
Yep.
Make it comfortable for kids, grandkids, yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's parts of the homes that we never touch.
Right.
But keeping it somewhat cool, don't have to. Like upstairs, we keep it a little hotter, like 3 degrees to 4 degrees hotter than downstairs, because we don't live up there unless the grandkids or somebody's visiting.
And there's a good point. When you buy a beginner home, you don't have separated systems a lot of times. You just have one thermostat downstairs, and upstairs it's warmer because heat rises, especially here in Texas.
Exactly.
And ceiling fans upstairs are money.
I agree with you.
Money. So it's a big deal.
And the type, I think, one of the things that we like is the dimmer switches on ceiling fans.
Yeah.
Whether it's the circular dimmer switch or the up and down, having the ability to dim lights or turn a fan slower or faster. I just think those are wonderful, wonderful savings.
Yeah, they are. Well, I tell you what. Next, it's kind of a cool one here. Yeah, and we got about 3 minutes left before break, so we're just going to go into this quickly. Garage, storage, space. Now, why is that important?
Oh my goodness, very important.
One, in Texas, y'all, we ain't got no basements. We got tornadoes, but we don't have basements.
We got attics.
Yeah, we have sheds. We have what they call a Texas basement, which is what you crawl up to. You use stairs to get up there in your garage.
Or a 3-car garage.
Yeah, exactly. So this is getting bigger and bigger. Storage in your garage. Closet space in a house has always been a big selling feature for family. I don't know about the single man or the single woman, but for family, it's a big
huge
deal. Yeah. So the garage with storage space is.
We have a garage that I'm very disappointed in. Is that half of it has been used? We have a 2-car garage. Mm-hmm. We already had a built-in workbench so we haven't taken that out, and we use it, so it's very effective. So literally we have a 1-car garage with one side is storage and so forth, but we do not have the ability where the garage door comes up, it is so close to the ceiling I can't put storage up there. And I think that is, if I was to change something, that would be huge. I would get rid of the attic up there, just because you can't get that much through that little door.
And you are saying exactly what this is about. The second home. What did I miss on my first home? Mm-hmm. I've learned how to be a homeowner now. I'm under control financially. School district's right.
Congratulations being controlled financially. That's very important.
Well, generally, if you're going in your second home, you're doing better than when you were first home.
You hope.
Because, oh my God, we were so broke with pink sheets and 12-inch TV and lawn chairs.
TV tables are still in our house.
But we had a roof.
We had a roof.
And a 2-car garage.
Well, one of the things I would also bring up with about the garage is, and I think this is very important to do, before you move in there, is to seal the garage concrete. Cracks, different things, but just sealing it, making you know that if there's an oil drip under your car that you catch it. Because easily backing out, if you don't do that, it soaks in, it does, can't tell.
I've got a great guy that does that, and it's a really good service. Your garage never going to look better, never going to feel better.
And it's only $150 to $300.
And you're going to think you got new tires every time you pull in there because they squeak.
Oh yeah, they squeak. I like the little the color shade difference that they have, and doing that, not just sealing it solid, but it makes the garage easier to clean out.
Yep.
But it also seals it so you can catch drips, find out things about, or easy to clean up. So I would highly recommend that.
Well, we got a few seconds left here in this first segment. So me being a realtor, I try to help people buy and sell homes. Why don't you tell everybody what you're doing?
Oh my goodness. New year, new day, new everything. It's awesome. A lot of exciting things in the lending world. Mm-hmm. The largest thing in the lending world, I think, for me and for fellow veterans, is that the VA limit to loans under the VA loan, no down payment, is unlimited.
That's a great thing right there.
I mean,
now
I don't know.
vets.
I don't know a lot of vets that are going to go $1 million, but if they could or would or want to and have the ability, they could do that.
I wish
now.
they all could. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for more Welcome Home Radio.
3, 2, 1. KVGIRadio.com.
Y'all have really just opened my bubble and just...
KVGI Radio brings you conversation and entertainment. Be sure to follow us on social media. Who streams the best talk shows? We do.
You're listening to KVGIRadio.com. Streaming live from the KVGI studios in Frisco, Texas. Live without limits.
Hello and welcome to Welcome Home Radio with your hosts, Blair Thomas and Tom Holm. The waters in the mortgage industry can be pretty muddy. Luckily, Welcome Home Radio has the answers for you, the consumer. And now, here are your hosts, Blair Thomas and Tom Holm.
Not true. Your host is Alan Pace with the SWR Group at Keller Williams. But we do have Blair Thomas here, as we're giving the man a little break today so he can just enjoy and participate in the show from another angle. Oh, is Tom here?
Yeah, I don't know where Tom is. His leave papers work hasn't come in. I guess he's still deployed, or he's on his cruise ship, or he's on playing golf.
Well, we miss you, Tom. So we're going to get right back into this, talking about
The top 11 things if you want to sell your home here in Texas.
Yeah, things that'll help you attract a second-time home buyer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Exterior lighting.
You know, that is good.
Mm-hmm.
Not only for security. I mean, appeal right off the bat, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But security reasons in those dark areas. My street in my home in Plano is literally the outdoor lights. Hardly anybody turns on. We have one at the end of the street light, street light that I say goes on. But the homes down that way, if they don't have lights on, they're literally dark. Anybody could be in front of them. You wouldn't know, or around back.
Yep.
We do have, thank goodness, our back behind neighbors, says we're rear entry garage. We do have lights up and down the street that turn on automatically. So you're immediately informed.
Well, safety is a big, big deal. And when you're out selling homes to folks, you generally look at them during the day because you want to see everything you can see. But you also tell your folks,
Come back at night.
Drive at night. And boy, those homes that are lit up right, it's a big difference because everybody feels better about the safety, and it looks great.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Now, what do you recommend? Because, there are floodlights that come from the ground. And then I've also seen these homes now more recently, especially going to look at Christmas lights. I saw this a lot. But the lights going down from the roof. Do you recommend, is there a recommendation?
I'm not a light expert, but the ones that I've seen a lot and help people buy homes, they're ground up.
Ground up.
Generally where you put your plants and whatever your theme might be it desert or tropical or whatever your theme is, you go that way. But like the house across the street from me, it's gorgeous. They have it lit up beautifully. They have mostly lights on the ground. And they do have that sensor light close to a door, of course, with the camera too.
Yeah.
So, but it really looks good. I'm telling you.
What about the floodlights in the trees? Do you see that a lot?
No, not a lot. Now, okay, I sold a home on a peninsula in Flower Mound, and it was on, I want to say an acre and a half, something like that. And it had a lot of trees. I mean, a lot of trees.
Sure.
And he did have floodlights in every 50th tree. There was a lot.
Sounds like it.
So enough to where he could walk back to the Corps of Engineers area, where he wouldn't stumble or whatever. It wasn't totally black. Now he could turn them off and have complete darkness. But I've seen that. But in general, no. The only thing I see a floodlight is generally for security.
I've always wondered how they get the power for all those lights. And I see them in homes across in Plano, Frisco, new developments. I've seen them out on the lakefront properties.
Mm-hmm.
How do they get, and continually, because trees grow, that light continues to move. It's not changed.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a flag mount in the front yard of my house. Well, that mount that I put in the tree is now literally covered over.
Right.
I mean, it's gone.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to understand, how does a light continually change, move up, grow up, and that cord go with it? Do they already have a built-in stretch factor? What happens here?
It becomes part of the tree, and when it stretches and breaks, it's done, and it just becomes part of the tree for the next 50 years or whatever. Yeah, I don't really see people going up there to rescue a light.
No.
So it's gone. But the electricity part is interesting too, because now a lot of it's solar power. You stick these things in the ground, and the sun shines all day on them, and they light up at night. We used them on our steps in front of our house for a while because you could break your neck. The steps are one of those where you walk 3 feet and then you go down about 8 inches.
Yeah.
And that's a lot more dangerous than going down steps,
Yeah.
So I had to put a little feeder light there.
Boy, I tell you, we had those. I thought it was great. I had them right off the bat. I got tired of replacing them after being stolen so many times, and all I needed was 6, but every time I put them out there new, within a week, and I just said,
wow.
I'm not going to do it again.
We haven't had one stolen in, 2 or 3 years. We don't have a lot of them. I just have enough to where it marks our stairs.
Yeah.
The other ones are, electric. So they are, you turn them on or off, or you can set them to turn on automatically, that kind of thing. Kind of a cool feature. It was there when I got there.
Well, exterior lighting, I'm going to have to say I want to go into, and let's talk real quick about interior lighting, because me getting up in age,
Mhm.
having my reading areas, I've got certain lamps with certain light bulbs in there that are, allowing me to read when I read books. I
Yep.
know most people are on their Kindle/iPad
Yep.
on other things, but when I like to read books, I want to be able to read those and not be so fuzzy. I need that brighter light. Are you seeing a change in backlighting or situational lighting inside the home in certain rooms?
It's an individual thing. I mean, you go into some homes and the master bedroom has got black curtains in it because they need to sleep in total darkness during the day, or
because they work the night shift.
well, they're police officers, fire department folk, people that they don't really know when they're going to sleep, so it has to be dark. Others like open and bright, just open house,
Yeah.
windows everywhere. Skylights have kind of gone away because a lot of them leak, but
Yes.
that was all to open things up and make things brighter. So from
Do you see under counter lighting in the kitchen more and more, or not?
more and more, yeah, more and more, and again, we go back to the new houses. What they're pushing is kind of trendy. California gets it 2 years ago, and then we get it.
Oh, is that it? I hope we're not following California and other things.
Just on style,
Just in style.
home
Okay.
styles, yeah,
Please.
yeah.
Let's limit it to that.
Like the stainless steel has been big here in California. A lot of it's white stainless now with edges and stuff.
White stain. I haven't heard of that yet.
Well, it's because
coming.
You don't live in California.
It's coming.
No, it's coming.
Well, Matt hadn't told me anything about it. I mean, he's back and forth.
I called Matt. He didn't call me back yet. I need to talk to him. I don't see where he is.
Matt, call Alan.
Call Alan, Matt.
Don't leave him out. Come on now.
Come on, you're a Texan now. Let's go.
We return phone call.
Yeah. So, but interior lighting is a personal thing.
Well, I think exterior lighting is. I mean, I like the lighting, but I also look at the bill. And, sometimes if those are running all the time, it can get a little costly. I don't know if it's cheaper to have the solar panels and you're able to do that, or I really haven't studied that yet.
Well, you remember the little light that you would have on because you're out of town? The one that said, "Hey, I'm out of town." This light comes on every night at 10 o'clock in your house.
Yeah,
right?
I have it going all the time.
Right. So
So nobody knows if I'm out of town or not.
You got to have 5 of those so that a different one turns on every night, instead of the same one advertising you're gone. But that's where the exterior lighting's gotten big too. Security is the first thing out of your mouth. It's the first thing out of a lot of people's mouth. And when they're buying their second home, they're like, I like that. We didn't have that in our last house.
Sure.
I love this. So,
See, I bring my security with me.
attaboy.
I bring my security with me, and he does it really well.
That German Shepherd?
Oh, that German Shepherd. Roscoe is my security plan, and I tell you what, he does it well.
Attaboy. I had 2 white German Shepherds. They're very good watchdogs.
You know what? He just knows when to bark, and I know it's serious if he gets to the barking stage.
Now I have a miniature beagle, and she'll kiss you if you come in.
I'll lick you to death.
She's cute. You might have a heart attack. She's so cute. So,
Oh, really?
all right, on to the next one, and we're gonna save a couple of the big ones for later. But a little one here that is kind of getting bigger and bigger is a walk-in food pantry. Yep.
That's not very splash. I mean,
Remember the theme. Coming from your first house,
I understand.
you might have had to put cans everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You might have had to put, stuff everywhere.
But being able to walk into your pantry makes a big difference.
Well,
is
walk
what
in
you're
by
saying.
definition, it doesn't have to be walk in and walk around. It can be you can walk in and close the door behind you and just stand there. Good tornado place in a lot of times. But anyway, the thing with the walk-in pantry is, I'm telling you, people go to that and they walk into the kitchen. They go, "Oh my God, great! This has got a pantry. I've never had a pantry. I've always wanted a walk-in pantry." And it's kind of a neat deal. Kitchens are big, and that's coming up too. Updated
Well,
kitchens.
it's interesting you bring that up. I immediately walk in. I thought you were going to say walk-in closet. I mean, because you mentioned
it's not like
it.
a master closet.
Yeah, I mean, walk-in closets. Since being out of the military, because military homes, hey,
Yeah.
you get the basics, and it's very
Yeah.
square, very boxed. You don't get walk-in closets. So walk-in closet was a big thing, and that is our tornado
Yeah.
go-to spot. My wife
Yeah.
and the dogs can all fit in there, and she doesn't like it because I'll come in at the last minute. I will
Because
wait.
you've been outside looking for it.
I'm outside. Yeah,
I know.
I'm
You're a
I'm
guy.
out the storm
That's what
watching
guys do.
doing,
We're
or
not very bright.
well,
we do that.
She's overreaction Monday that got nothing on my wife.
Honey, I hear the siren. It's going
Let's
off.
go. Oh, she's in there. She's in there. iPad
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Get the dogs in. Get the grandkids in. We're hunkered down and got every pillow blanket in there. The kids think it's a blast.
Well, look at a food pantry more of, in beginner homes, or maybe even not a beginner home, but your first home. I've seen food in laundry rooms. I've seen food in kitchen cabinets, up, down, all around.
Well, and I think you're right in reference to, are you growing a family? Are you on the, like us, we don't have a walk-in pantry, but it's more than enough for us.
Right.
Just for two. But if you have family there, I got to tell you, my wife wanted to get rid of that second refrigerator. I told her, no, we've got to keep it. We're going to put it right back here. There's a plug for it. The laundry room can handle it. And now she thanks me every time she opens that door because it is a great saver of that, and everybody knows where the drinks are in the back refrigerator. So that's where they head to.
Well, you did a good segue there because laundry rooms in the list too.
Really?
People that don't have laundry rooms, a lot of them have washers and dryers in their garage. Okay.
My son has
home.
one
There you
in
go.
Houston, yes.
Yep. And then others have.
And they can't park the car in the garage when they're doing laundry.
Right. But when you've never had a house and you're coming out of an apartment, that's a wonderful feature to have
Yes.
a washer dryer, no matter
Oh,
where
sure.
it is. So again, keeping in mind, we're looking at the next house we're going to buy.
Yeah.
We want a laundry room because we've been in the garage for.
Does the laundry room need to have a sink in it?
It's
it-
always better. I have a beautiful laundry room and we have no sink. It would be better with one.
We don't have one. I mean, we took up the spot where the sink would go for
Yep.
that second refrigerator. The only thing I would add to it is I wish we had counter space in the laundry room. We don't.
Yeah.
We got the cabinets above, got the refrigerator.
A place to hang your clothes, very important.
Would be nice.
Cabinets are really kind of big in there for your soaps and your bleaches. And then a sink would be the best. And I don't have one either.
the washer dryer that has the unit that sits
We're good.
sits on top of a cabinet.
Yeah.
I'm like, those are supposed to be for soap and different things. No. Kids pool toys,
Yep.
goggles,
Yeah.
dogs, all dog stuff in the other one. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out this program my wife has put together for our house. But yeah, cabinet space in there plus counter space and hanging. You're right.
Yep.
I had never thought about, because I'm so used to now taking things back to the room to fold, hang, and do.
Well, we're going to end this segment here in a minute. I thought I'd say a little bit about what I do. I'm a realtor. I help people buy and sell homes all throughout North Texas. Help them lease. I help them invest. And the SWR group of Keller Williams. We used to be Small World Realty. Now we're a group, a team within Keller Williams in Frisco.
I'm one of the largest, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we are the largest.
the largest
So
at Keller Williams.
it's got a lot of neat tools and advantages and things that we can do that maybe some other folks can't do. So Blair and I are here to help you buy a home, borrow money, move in,
Make life better. Reach your American dream.
and get all these things we're talking about.
There you go.
We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks.
3, 2, 1. KVGIRadio.com.
Y'all have really just opened my bubble and just.
KVGI Radio brings you conversation and entertainment. Be sure to follow us on social media. Who streams the best talk shows? We do.
listening to KVGIRadio.com. Streaming live from the KVGI studios in Frisco, Texas. Live without limits.
Hello and welcome to Welcome Home Radio with your hosts, Blair Thomas and Tom Holm. The waters in the mortgage industry can be pretty muddy. Luckily, Welcome Home Radio has the answers for you, the consumer. And now, here are your hosts, Blair Thomas and Tom Holm.
And welcome back to Welcome Home Radio. We are back, and I wanted to share, I'm not trying to take away from Alan, he's doing a great job today, but wanted to let you know we are now on KVGI Media, and you can find us not only on Facebook Live, but on YouTube channel. So please go out and follow that YouTube channel, follow KVGI Media on YouTube. All of the shows from KVGI Radio will be there. You can become a consistent follower there, bring questions, bring answers. Also, Alan and I want to challenge you. If you have a topic you want to hear more about, learn about, whether it's lending, whether it's real estate, whether it's a challenge with, hey, I had a bankruptcy and I want to discuss what type of programs, or, hey, I have foundational problems, how can I sell this home and work through that? Please give us those topics. We would love to visit with you on those. We can bring the expertise. If we don't have it ourselves, we will bring in guests to answer those questions. So follow us on Facebook Live. Follow us on YouTube channel, KVGI Media. And thank you, Alan. It is yours, sir.
Well, we're also going to be doing some off-site type stuff.
Yeah, we're going to
bring that up. Talk about that while you're doing it.
What we're going to try to do, a few things different this year is some of the things that I'm really intrigued on is the new community living, whether it's the senior active living at 55 and over, or if it's new communities being developed. But what we want to do is remote in and bring in those salespeople and let them tell us about the community, about the school district, about things that are around there, why they think that community is so great, how's it going out there, how many properties, kind of advertise them, but learn about it and share with our listeners.
So along with KVGI Media, this show is going to grow right along with it.
Exactly. We are hooked. We are not changing.
formats.
We're going to expand it. I got to tell you, the team here at KVGI Radio does an awesome job, and you're going to find us more and more in the social media, LinkedIn area, as well as now full YouTube channel. And it's definitely going to be live streaming. So do we want to call it radio anymore, since I've got to put makeup on now and then? I mean,
Well, I was going to say, with faces like ours, we better stick to radio.
I'm trying to stick to radio, but Mark's bringing us into the 21st century here, and 2020 means good vision. And I got to tell you, us dog faces, they don't want to be seeing us. So
one other thing is, I don't think we do enough, but hello to everybody out there in the other 49 states, because we get people from all over the country watching this.
Well,
and
Australia,
I get comments. I got
London,
friends all over, and all over the place, and they'll comment from whatever state they live in, and it is a little different. Texas is different than, say, Illinois.
Exactly.
But a house is a house, and
the basics all work.
They all kind of work, yeah.
They all kind of work, and some of the big differences. Property taxes only here is the only tax we pay here in Texas. It's not like that in other states. Escrowing is the same process. Most of the lending solutions, the standard loan programs,
Yep.
are the same, like VA, veterans. That is a VA-leveled no-limit loan. So want to be able to bring that to everybody's attention, but also bring us your solutions. Bring us your unique situations.
Yeah.
Bring us some of your challenges. You can call in at any time with us, and that is on the platform at times. They'll put the phone number up. You can always, there it is, call in, 877-337-5844. Call in with us live, asking any questions. We're going to try to become more and more interactive on the topics you're concerned with, you want to learn more about, as well as learn about where the credit seminars that we're going to be doing, learn about where we can educate first-time home buyer programs with Alan, and understand, especially those people coming out of state into Texas. Maybe they're here visiting. Maybe we can catch up with them and help them along that way. So help us do a better job, and we just appreciate KVGI Radio so much this year in 2020.
Absolutely. Well done, sir. All right, back into the things that
These are the top three, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Is that right?
We're getting down to the nitty gritty here, and it's the kind of the big ones that everybody talks about. But I thought the other ones were important too because they're kind of growing and coming. And anyway, let's just.
Well, can I stop you real quick? One came to my question that I wanted to ask you about, and I bet you somebody has the same question.
Yeah.
If you have never had a fenced-in backyard, is a fenced-in backyard critical or important? Because I haven't heard anything about, you've heard patio, but I didn't hear anything about, our pets. I didn't hear anything about, our backyard security of our children playing, any of that along the line. To me, that seems so important that how can it be off the list?
It's a national list, one.
Okay.
Because every state's a little different. Texas is a wood fence market. When you buy a house, there's generally a wood fence, and your dogs are good, and your whatever's good.
Well, I've seen so many homes
Right.
backing up to golf courses that do not have any fence whatsoever.
If you're in St. Louis, Missouri, I could take you to many neighborhoods with chain link fence.
Ew.
Well, it's normal, okay?
Is it just because you want to be neighborly?
Well, let me tell you, they are more neighborly than the ones with the wood, because the wood is also called privacy. That's why it got big. And,
Well, sure.
So fences are obviously important. It's what you want in a home. Some HOAs only allow certain type fencing.
Well, certain type fencing, certain type.
In Texas, it tends to be more wood, and you can only go as high as 8 feet.
Yeah.
In other parts of the United States, which people are listening to, they know their rules better than I do. But in my travels around the country and lived in many states, it's very different. So,
Yeah.
but
you
here,
can have 8-foot fence next to a chain link
here
fence.
in Texas, I'd say 90% of my clients, one of the first things they look at are fences. But that's not necessarily a national thing, but it could be.
I was just wondering, and I'm sorry to interrupt, bring
No,
it
it's
down,
all right.
but fencing to me, I do want that privacy, especially since having a pool.
Yeah.
I don't want my granddaughters out sunbathing and in oogling eyes and/or awareness of that.
Well, if you live in Alaska, you want to see the caribou going by.
Well, exactly.
So-
You probably won't have a fence
Yeah,
in
probably.
Alaska.
Well, there you go.
I mean, my Siberian Husky does not need to be fenced in.
You
He
got
can go
one of
in.
them too?
I would have
I
one if I
wouldn't go
lived
to
in
your house.
Alaska.
German Shepherds and Huskies.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. No, eat-in kitchen. Let's go there. That's right in
Everybody's
there.
got to eat.
Right, but eat-in kitchen, difference. A lot of people have kitchens. Some of them don't have room for a little table. And when they buy their next house, it's a big thing. I either want an eat-in kitchen or I have room for a table and chairs or at least a counter. With,
Bar top
right.
type thing.
So that's kind of a big one. And along with the eat-in kitchen is an updated kitchen.
Now, is that appliances? Is that countertops? What is that critically?
Yes and yes. You nailed it.
Wood floors, tile, what?
Why don't I be the lender, you be the realtor?
I'm just asking. I'm stupid on this stuff.
I don't think you are. I think you're better than you think.
No, I don't think
it is
so.
all those things. Obviously, if you go in and it's got, butcher block on countertops, you're going to go, I don't know. I had that when I was a baby.
I'm not a cutlery factory.
Yeah,
or
that was 1975 or whatever.
Yeah.
Not a good thing. So, the granite is kind of a nice thing. It's kind of the norm now.
Okay, can I ask a silly question?
Sure.
I'm going to date myself hugely.
Okay.
Wallpaper.
I'm glad. What about it?
Yes or no?
Oh, you know what? Generally, no nowadays. And people are doing it two ways. They're tearing it off and starting over, or a lot of them are painting right over it.
I'd be scared to paint right over it because it will peel ultimately.
Well, some of it, they treat it a little bit before they paint it. Generally, a professional will do that, but a lot of people don't do the wallpaper anymore.
Yeah, I don't see wallpaper, but you see it mostly in kitchens and or powder baths.
Again, go to a new house, a new construction house, and there's what's trending. Open, bright, rounded corners, new appliances, the better granite tops. And now the granite tops are getting bigger with kitchen stoves in the center of the kitchen. And it's kind of going that way.
Island?
The island is getting bigger.
Is that so they have
bigger.
bar stools on there and a seating area?
It's entertainment value. It's when you're a cook.
Appetizers?
I cook. I do all the cooking. 90% of it at our house. And
I've never been invited.
I will invite you. So when you want to come over?
Friday night.
I'll make sloppy joes, man.
Hey, I like that.
You bring the package and I'll bring the meat. So no, it's an entertainment thing too. But when you cook, spreading out, man, by that stove is awesome. All your stuff and boom, 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 boom. But when you're helping somebody buy a home, and I'd say most of the other realtors out there are going to agree with this. When you're done looking at it, and if there's possibilities, and that might be the home they want to buy, you end up in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And you're talking about that home.
Talking in the kitchen.
Yes. And
holiday. And I know what the ladies are thinking. The holiday, Thanksgiving, in the kitchen, food, dinner.
Well, and being at 2020, what is it, 2020? 2020?
2020.
Wow, this is 2020. Where's Barbara Walters?
I'm telling you.
Anyway, men stay home now too. And it's men cook. Yeah, I cook.
I burn water, so,
Not me. But it's an important thing to all people, is what I'm
I
trying
eat.
to say.
I'm a professional eater.
Men and women. Well, you go with that. Men and...
Me and Nathan, we got it going.
Anyway, men and women both like that
Yeah.
concept. So that's a big deal. Next is a really big one, wood floors.
I'm a little surprised at that. I'm seeing more and more, or at least my impression is, as we're looking to remodel our home a little bit, do some upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
We have wood floors and we have carpet in certain rooms.
Right.
I've never understood the wood floors with the throw carpet, and that is so important. We've changed out our throw carpet in our TV room 10 times.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy. What changes about that?
Well, remember, this survey is the next home you buy.
I understand. No. I'm just trying to understand. My wife's thinking on this.
Okay, you have
why.
2 German Shepherds. Wood's good. Pretty good.
I don't know. Long claws.
Well, easily fixed, treatable as far as the claws and the floor. So, carpet, if you have a cat or a dog, carpet can get a mess really quick. And so a lot of people are hanging in with carpet in their master bedrooms because they want to get out of the bed and put their feet on a nice warm carpet.
Yes.
But a lot of your promotional homes, first-time home buyers, got older homes, and they had a lot of carpet in them. And they would like that wood floor. It looks nice. And, again, what is old is new. You go to Tombstone, Arizona, and go anywhere. They all got wood floors from the 1880s.
Yeah.
And carpet was a big deal coming out of that. So,
well, I'm liking the new Berber carpet, that it's more shorter. It's not shag, and it's stronger with pets. The only thing I understand is the odors somehow get trapped in there more.
But those that grew up in the 90s with their parents had Berber, and they're sick of it. Okay?
Okay.
And there's another reason why they want wood. So it's to each his own. Different age groups, different, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but wood floors remains a very big deal. And if you don't believe it, just watch your television and all the ads. Because they're not doing the ads because they're not selling wood.
Hey, I'm seeing at Costco now they do this carpet thing and the wood floors.
Right.
They're also trying to lend. I'm thinking they're stretching themselves a little too far here.
There's a little greed involved.
Hey, want to shout out to Deb McNeil. I see her. She's following us out there.
Deb,
hey,
how you
Deb,
doing?
hope you're doing well out there, and happy New Year 2020 to you.
Yep.
So, wood floors,
And
kitchen.
One's a little surprising here. Even I thought it was a little weird, but it made the list. People that didn't have a dining room wanted one. And I kind of always thought dining
What?
rooms were kind of going out because everybody wanted open floor plans and not the definition of a dining room. But it kind
I thought the
made the list.
sit down I thought the sitting room went away, but the dining room has gone away?
No, I didn't say gone away. This is what people
Yeah.
want if they didn't have it.
So is that something they normally cut out in starter homes? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they can because you only have limited space,
Yeah.
right? If it's a 1,200-foot home.
So you walk in and
three
you got your
bedroom,
living room and
bath
3
and a half,
bedroom.
yeah. So
I could see that.
what they want in their next home is
A
family,
separate family sit-down dining event.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, sit there.
It's
and
not
talk.
overrated because we use ours. But see, you asked me to get rid of one of our rooms. I'm going to get rid of the dining room because I'm keeping my poker room. Sorry. I mean,
Nothing wrong with keeping a poker room.
I can
Now,
use that as the dining room.
If you know how to play poker. No, I don't. I'm horrible at it.
Well, I am blessed to enjoy the game, but yeah, it's just we've got. I'm looking at our house against your list because we're thinking in the next 5-6 years we're going to be selling. We're doing some upgrades. We're doing the appliances.
And that's a good segue into
HVAC.
the ending of all this because with any list, it's a list. And it doesn't reflect everybody. It just is an opinion poll based on people.
Who responded and who didn't?
Yeah.
Because how many polls do you respond to? Nothing, right?
No.
No, I mean, I'm not a normal responder to any polls.
Yeah.
And
So it's a good segue into what I think myself and most realtors would tell you is
here in Texas.
even the rest of the country.
Sure.
Get your upgrades so that you can enjoy them. Don't just put them in to sell your house. Now, you can do that, but that's generally called
Flipping.
fixing up my house before I sell it. But most of us live in our home 10 years or longer, and why not enjoy that poker room?
Exactly.
Why not enjoy that laundry room? Or
Well, just like we said, I've always said it. I've been in my home 14 years. I'm not moving. I am not selling because I'm going to spend as much money to get into a smaller home now,
yeah,
and it doesn't make sense to me. So now we're looking at, and there's some changes in our family dichotomy going on that we might be changing, but we're still looking 6 years down the road.
Yep.
It's not immediate. But I am the things that we're working on. Like, okay, I was thinking, do I have to redo the fence? Just,
yeah, and that goes into Texas. We are in Texas, and what we deal with is fences, wooden fences that fall apart, foundations that break, and roofs that get replaced every 5 to 8 years because we get a lot of hail.
Yep.
And when you're buying a house and you're a homeowner, if you've experienced these things, then your next home you want obviously a house that does not have foundation issues, or if they had them, they're fixed with lifetime warranty, and the engineering reports all say we're good to go, and you walk in and it feels good.
And what's that report? Do you remember what that report is to look at to see if there's been a claim against a home?
Oh, the insurance report when you're
Do you remember the name of it? Clue report.
Oh, that's
You
right,
can
yeah.
ask for the clue report
Yeah.
on a property, and a great insurance person will give you that report to be able to
Yep.
show what's been disclosed, if it's got a roof, if it's got a foundation work, if it, all of these things. So if you want to look at something, you want to look at a property, that's what you can ask for.
Yeah, and that's
And
important.
you can ask your
obviously.
own insurance person for that.
Well, when you're going to have to get insurance, and when I'm thinking of buying so-and-so address, and listen, they've got 2 claims that, they didn't fix.
Yep.
So that's an issue.
Well, I want to say, Alan, you've done an unbelievable job today.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your first show. I am thrilled that you were able to do it here. I
Well, I'm
love
glad
the
to be able to
topic.
give you a break.
Well, it was
I've
just
never seen you
enjoyable.
so relaxed, sitting back, and
Hey.
you've lost 10 pounds, obviously. It's awesome.
Well, it's all the camera. I think it's the camera here. No, it's right there. I just see it.
Or you look like a little kid looking at yourself for the first time ever. There I am.
Hey! Guys, we just love the time here. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. It is January. We're halfway through January.
Yeah, we are.
Did you watch that LSU Clemson game?
Awesome football game.
It was great football.
Yeah.
I heard somebody Kyle Smoker Broker was down there. Is that right?
He's got a little bit of that in him.
A little bit of LSU.
That DEAUX thing.
Well, he was rather happy. He was rather happy they pulled that game out.
Yep, I think a lot
It was a
of people
great
are.
game. Well, God bless everybody. Thank you again, Alan. I'm Blair Thomas.
Alan Pace.
God bless, and we'll see you next week.
3, 2, 1. kvgiradio.com.
Y'all have really just opened my bubble and just.
KVGI Radio brings you conversation and entertainment. Be sure to follow us on social media. Who streams the best talk shows? We do.